looking at theorem 12.5.3 up on the top of page 832. If a tangent and a secant two tangents or two secants intersect in the exterior of a circle then the measure of the angle formed is half the difference of the measures of its intercepted arcs. All right, so you've got three situations there, or three different examples. First example is a tangent and a secant. Angle 1 is right here. So the measure of angle 1 is going to be equal to 1/2 of arc AD minus arc BD. And remember, when the arc is described with two letters, that's shortest distance. You go from A directly, shortest distance, to D. You don't go around the backside. It's a minor arc. All right, so that angle is 1/2 of AD minus BD. Second example. Yes?
So you said when we're trying to find, like, for instance, arc AD,
Mm-hmm.
it's always the shortest.
When the description of the arc has two letters, it's shortest possible distance from first letter to second letter. If the arc has three letters, say it said arc, don't write this down, ABD, that means start at A, end at D, but you got to pass through B. So that would be from A through B, ending at D. Yes, that would be a major arc. All right, your second example is two tangents. E, F, G, and H. and here's angle 2. So again, it's half the difference of the intercepted arcs. So the measure of angle 2 is equal to 1/2 of arc EHG minus arc EG. And it has to be the bigger arc minus the smaller arc, right? Why does it have to be the bigger arc minus the smaller arc? Yeah. If you get your arcs confused and you take shortest arc or smaller arc minus bigger arc, you're going to get a negative number. And when you take half of a negative number, you're going to get another negative number. And it would tell you that angle 2 is a negative, and that's not the case. So make sure it's the larger arc minus the smaller arc. All right. Third example is the 2 secants. So if this is angle 3, and we got JKLMN, then the measure of angle 3 would be equal to 1/2 of arc JN minus arc KM. Does anybody have any questions? So the 2 examples that they give you there, example 3A and 3B, let's take a look at, example A is real simple. Let's look at example B. They got to make you think a little bit. It's 2 tangents. This is x degrees, and this arc is 132 degrees. This is, they're calling this E and G, and putting H out here. All right, so looking at this diagram or this problem, what are you missing? What kind of information are you missing?
The degree from H to G, right?
Yeah, H to G would be helpful. EHG, you need the major arc, don't you? The measure of the major arc. How are you going to find the measure of the major arc?
360 minus 132.
Very good. 360 minus 132. So 360 minus 132. You guys are going to have to use your phones probably here for a little bit if you didn't grab one of those calculators, because they're using them for testing. I don't think I've got a full set. So 360 minus 132 is 228. So the measure of angle X is going to be equal to 1/2 times 228 minus 132. Anybody get 48 degrees? Good, 48 degrees. Okay, so in this case, you need 2 pieces of the information, right, in order to solve the problem. You got to either have the 2 arcs to get the angle, or an angle and an arc to get the other arc, right? An angle and a minor arc, you could figure out the major arc. An angle measure and a major arc, you could find the minor arc. And with a minor and a major arc, you can find the angle measure. Agreed? Okay. So there's just a little bit of practice for you to do today. Things looked interesting in here. All right, just want you to watch for a second. Don't write this down. Just please watch. Okay. Given this picture, let's say that you are asked to find all the angles, all the angle measures in triangle ABC. All the angle measures in triangle ABC. So, can anybody tell me what you might do first? Solve for x. And how would you do that? The three arcs have to add up to how much? Right, so your 2x minus 10 plus your x plus your 160 have to equal 360. So you could solve for x first, right? What would you do next?
X is going to be C, because then it's the same. Oh, no, half.
What would you do after you found the value of x? And you knew all of these arc measures. Owen? Say again? What equation?
Oh, you got A to D, and so that's gonna be the measurement for angle C, right?
You take 2x minus 10 and you subtract x.
If you knew x, could you substitute the value of x for x and determine all these arcs? If you knew the two arcs, arc AB and arc AD, could you subtract them from one another and divide them by 2 and get angle C? Did we just do that? If you knew the measure of this arc, x, right here, could you find the measure of angle B? What would the measure of angle B be?
Or no, half.
It'd be half, right? Because it's an inscribed angle. And if you knew the measure of angle B and the measure of angle C, how in the world could you find the measure of angle A? Subtract them from 180? Very good. Very good. All right, well done, guys. Nice job. All right, so your practice for today is on page 834. Uh, 8 through 10. 23 through 25. And then over on the other page, do 39 and 40. And check headline for homework.